Dorothy and her friends trenched through the dark forest, encountered lions and tigers and bears, and dodged flying monkeys to get to the land of Oz, only to find out that Oz himself was not all that he was cracked up to be. Are you putting forth your best face? Are you presenting yourself as you want to be seen? Demeanor is defined as the way a person acts toward other people, including behavior, conduct, and appearance. The three basic tenets that are included in professional demeanor are professional appearance and attitude, respect for diversity, and reliability and ethics. We will look at each of these from a teacher's point of view. You have surely heard that you will never get a second chance to make a first impression. Although this may sound cliché, it is very true. Based on appearance, body language, demeanor, mannerisms, and dress, it takes just a quick glance for people to evaluate other people when they meet them for the first time. Once an impression is formed, it can be nearly impossible to reverse or undo it, which makes this first encounter extremely important. A picture is worth 1,000 words. The first thing we think about when we're talking about appearance is appropriate dress. This does not mean that you must always look like you stepped out of Vogue or GQ magazines, unless you are interviewing with a modeling agency. However, you must present yourself appropriately. You must be sure that your attire is appropriate for the occasion, whether it be a day in the classroom, a meeting with parents, or a visit with a state superintendent. In addition, you must consider the appropriateness of body piercings and body art. Whereas you do not have to totally conform or lose your individuality, it is important to fit in to some degree. What is important to remember is that you must dress, look, and act the part for the given situation. You may express your individuality within the proper context. Smile and the world smiles too. You must keep in mind that your attitude shows in everything you do. Hence, when you are working in a professional setting, you must be sure to keep a positive attitude. One way to do this is put a smile on your face as often as possible. Often we can help control our inner feelings with our outer body language. Positive body language is also a surefire way to project confidence and self-assurance. So stand tall, smile, make eye contact, and greet others with a firm handshake. It is the responsibility of a teacher not only to understand and accept diversity, but also to respect and celebrate diversity. The United States of America was discovered as a result of a few brave men and women who traveled the land and seas to find a place where freedom could ring. As a result, this wonderful country inhabits a vast variety of cultures, religious beliefs, races, morals and ethical views, family makeups, and nationalities. This just begins to touch on the diversity that is found within the walls of a school. We must also keep in mind such things as gender, sex, learning styles, and special needs of people with whom we work, whether they are students, parents, colleagues, and/or community members. A teacher must be open and accepting of differences and must remain non-judgmental at all times. The word reliable means worthy of trust. In order to be a professional, one must possess the qualities of reliability. In true Letterman fashion, let's look at the top 11 countdowns of descriptions of a reliable practitioner. R is for resourceful. Resourceful. A professional teacher must be resourceful with both materials and ideas. E is for ethical. Ethical. The teaching profession requires a constant responsibility of being a role model. L is for limit. A professional teacher limits stress and frustration and responds to these feelings with poise. Regardless of the profession chosen, one must realize that emotions play a part in each of our days. I is for independent worker. One must be confident in his or her work in order to perform well both in a group setting and independently. A is for accept. A professional accepts responsibility for successes and mistakes. A successful teacher is one who celebrates successes and accepts the challenges of improving in areas that are weaknesses. B is for believable. Part of being reliable is being trustful, trustworthy, and loyal to oneself and others. I is for initiative. Initiative is taken on a regular basis. Taking initiative means knowing when to stand up and take control of a situation or a task. One must be confident in his or her abilities in order to take initiative and follow through. L is for leadership. Leaders should possess all qualities of professionalism. I is for integrity. In order to show true professionalism, one must adhere to a strict moral and ethical code. T is for takes responsibility. A true professional takes responsibility to complete tasks and duties on time without prompting. It is the responsibility of the professional to know what needs to be done and to do so in a timely manner. Y is for yes. Yes, a teacher must be all of these things while constantly adhering to standards. Professional appearance and attitudes, respect for diversity, and reliability and ethics all play an important role in the life of a professional teacher. If Dorothy and her friends travel far and wide to find you, would they find a teacher with a professional demeanor rather than a man behind the curtain?